What is up, guys? Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor, and welcome to November 2022's edition of What the Heck is Going On in the Denver housing market, where my goal and what I do here is just simplify what's going on in the Denver housing market so you know how to properly buy or sell a home in the best way possible with real, actionable information. This video has three sections. Number one, the numbers, what's changed / what it means. Once again, going to simplify all that. Section number two, 3 things to know if you're a potential buyer. And section three things to know if you're a potential seller. I'm gonna throw in something today since we're so close to the end of the year. I'm gonna share my thoughts on what I think the housing market in Denver is gonna do the first few months in 2023. If you dig the content, subscribe, cool, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna throw the numbers up on the screen and what's changed. I'm not gonna recite the numbers because who cares? Let's talk about what they actually mean. Now, right out the gate, we closed 25% less homes sold. That really is a reflection of two things. Number one, the seasonality we see in Denver. Going into the holidays, we always sell a good amount of less homes. However, just because less people are shopping during the holidays. However, that number is being drastically boosted by the fact that interest rates have risen so aggressively, diminishing so many buyers' buying power. So not only are lots of buyers exiting the market due to seasonality, but even more feel compelled to be like, I'm gonna wait till next year just because of rising interest rates and the talks that if we hit a recession, interest rates may come down. So a lot of buyers, and I'm talking about buyers who are just playing the waiting game right now. And because of that, well, actually not because of that, on top of that, we have about 5% less inventory, the amount of homes for sale. Once again, that's pretty normal in Denver. We see less homes for hitting the market as we go into the holidays because most home sellers have families and they don't want to sell a home during the holidays when they're going to be with their family. I think we're gonna be tight on continue to see a decrease in homes for sale just because a lot of homeowners refinance. We have crazy low interest rates, so they have amazing interest rates right now, and rates are higher. So not only are buyers holding off on buying because of high rates, the sellers are like, I don't need to sell, I've got a crazy good interest rate, I refinance. So that's going to cause a lot less homes to hit the market. And last thing I'll cover here on the numbers is the days it took to sell a home, with up to 28 less buyers in the market, meaning homes are going to take longer to sell. And homes are taking longer to sell because so many sellers right now are having a hard time pricing their home because they are pricing their home trying to get the price they could have gotten 3 or 4 months ago. 3 or 4 months ago, we were having 30,000 showings in a single week. Right now, we're having 10,000. Still a healthy market, but just not the same crazy premium price tag you could have gotten for a home when there were 30,000 showings in a single week versus the 10,000 we're averaging right now. Oh yes, and the average home price in Denver went down just about 1.3%. Once again, just less buyers and sellers having a hard time pricing, so a lot of price reductions are happening. We've seen about an 8 to 10% depreciation the past few months. Once again, seasonality combined with the market slowing down. So the picture these numbers paint is the housing market continue to slow down because of seasonality and interest rates. So what does that mean for buyers and sellers? Well, let's go into 3 things to know if you are a potential buyer. Number one, you gotta know bidding wars are still happening. They're way less often, but a lot of buyers right now know they have more buying power. So they're like, I'm gonna look for the best home I can possibly get, which is great, you should, but so is every other buyer. So a lot of buyers are stacking up on like the best property in the $500,000 bracket, best property at $600,000. So if you're shopping for trying to get the best home you possibly can get in your price bracket, be prepared that you might go into a bidding war and be ready for that. Thing to know number 2, that being said, what I just said, when you find the home you want to write an offer on, don't come in super hot, super aggressive before you do your homework. And by you doing your homework, I mean your realtor, making sure your realtor is calling the agent selling the house and figuring out where they're at with offers, if they have any offers, where those offers are at, all sorts of details to help you write the best offer, to help you get the home without overpaying. Because I'm seeing a lot of buyers come in, they see a house they love, and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to lose it. And they come in over asking price, and it would be 25 grand over asking, and they were the only offer on the table, and the home was already overpriced to begin with. Don't do that. Make sure your realtor does their homework and figures out where they're at with offers. And thing to know, number 3, do not be afraid to ask for price reduction and concessions during the closing process, meaning asking for help with inspection items, repairing things, whatnot. 54% of homes in Denver are doing price reductions, so your odds are above 50% that you can get a price reduction. And then about 30% of home sellers are agreeing to concessions when under contract, so they're agreeing to help you pay closing costs, repair costs, things like that. So don't be afraid to ask for price reductions and concessions. Moving on to 3 things to know if you are a potential home seller in Denver. Number 1, when pricing your home, you're probably aware you use what's called comps, comparable homes, to figure out what comparable homes have sold near yours to help you get an idea of pricing. However, a lot of sellers right now are looking at comps that sold in the heat of the market and using those to help determine pricing. Well, those homes sold for a premium price that we don't have right now. Once again, remember I said earlier, we had 30,000 showings in 1 week at the peak of the market. Now we have 10,000. This is still healthy and fine. You just shouldn't expect to get the same price for a home when there's 10,000 showings in a week versus 30,000. Okay? So when you're looking at comps, you really should, it's hard to say should for everybody, but you should strongly consider knocking off about 8 to 10% off of the price of the comp. So if you're looking at a comp that sold for 500, I would say maybe look at it as if it sold for 475 to 450. Thing to know, number 2, is be willing to negotiate with any reasonable request. I'm not just saying agree to whatever they ask for, but be prepared for them to ask for a price reduction, to ask for help with inspection items, closing costs maybe, because 54% of homes in Denver as of right now are reducing their price. And of the homes that go under contract, 30% of them, the sellers are agreeing to concessions. So 30%, so not more than half. That's nice if you're a home seller, but overall buyers know they have a lot more power than they did a few months ago, and they're flexing those muscles and asking for things. So be ready for those requests and be open to reasonable requests. And thing to know, number 3, it's just the hard-hitting truth to put you in a good mental state when you sell your home, is don't expect to get the same premium price tag you could have and may have gotten for your home a few months ago if you sold at the peak of the market. If you can, that's awesome. It is possible for some homes, but overall, going into it with the mindset that you're probably not going to get that premium price tag sets expectations up properly. And also, here's something to think about. In the past 2 years, we've seen about 33% appreciation in Denver. If the past few months we've lost 5, 8, 10%, but you gained 33, did you really lose money? If there was a stock where you could have gotten 22% in 2 years, you'd probably be pretty excited about that. That's basically what you got with your housing in Denver, depending on, where it is and all that good stuff, condition and whatnot. But overall, you get the idea. You're still in a fantastic spot. And time for the bonus round. Since it's November, we're close to 2023. Where do I think the Denver housing market is going to go in 2023? Now, right out the gate, I want to say is anybody who claims to know that they know what's going to happen is full of shit. Whether it's the housing market, interest rates, we're all doing our best to figure it out, looking at the data and doing our best to make projections based on current data, historical data, all that good stuff. Here in Denver, seasonally, what we see is the market slow down going into January, and then around February through March, April, May, June, July, we get a really busy kickoff of buyers coming into the New Year's for a variety of reasons. I won't bore with all of that, but that's the seasonality we see. There's a lot of buyers coming into the market. Denver usually sees the bulk of its appreciation in the first 6 months of the year, and then it evens out and stays pretty level, if not dips down a little bit going into the next year, then it kicks back up. So I think that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see a pretty strong buyer's market hit the market around January, February, March through the beginning of summer. And I think so we're gonna see a lot of appreciation during that time, in my opinion, not nearly as much as the 33% we did see, but just a healthy level of appreciation. If we continue to see less homeowners put their homes on the market because they do have such a low interest rate that they refinanced into, I think that appreciation and those bidding wars will come back even stronger if that buyer pool that we usually see in Denver hits the market early 2023. And when they hit the market, there's not a lot of homes for sale because home sellers are like, I refinanced, I'm good. That's when we're really gonna see some more steeper appreciation, more bidding wars. So that's where I think we're going to be starting off the new year. Guys, Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, hit that subscribe button. Don't be shy. Hit that like button. It means a lot to me. And of course, I love making these videos, but I love Denver rides, Colorado's, and helping people with real estate. So hit me up. My contact information is in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. I've heard from a few of you guys already. It's so cool to be helping you guys when I meet you from YouTube to buy or sell homes. super fun. So please keep that up. That's fun. Guys, talk soon. Bye.